this year is Thursday night, and I don't know that I've ever been this excited for a Thursday.
I haven't looked at the schedule yet, so this is the time when I find out. And I don't follow bands outside of listening to them.
Right.
So I don't know if they're super famous or nobody listens to them, which is also fun because maybe someone that I think is all small, they're going to have a big fan section there. And then we can all talk about
everyone you're excited about.
Ken Pomeroy. Well, let's get things started. Welcome to a very special episode of I Love This, You Should Too. My name is Indy, Side Stage Randhawa, and with me is my lovely co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Samantha, Beer Gardens Randhawa.
Oh, not backstage?
Well, yeah, that too. Those are your two favorite places.
I do rotate between those. We'll see what I do this year.
What are your... Oh, I guess we should say what we're talking about first.
Just continue talking about something that we haven't introduced yet.
So this is our annual Edmonton Folk Music Festival preview. So we haven't gone yet, but we are going to talk all about it, give you some picks of artists that we are very excited to hear and see, play some of their music, talk about it. And you know what we always forget to do is just talk about the festival in general.
Yes.
So what I was going to ask you is, what are your favorite places? I'd imagine, my guesses are, beer gardens and backstage.
I think backstage has quickly become my favorite. I don't know. We're fancy, and thank you.
You're fancy.
I'm fancy. You're married to me.
Along for the ride.
But we're very, very lucky, and we do get to go backstage into the green room and watch from the side of the stage. So that's pretty cool. I enjoy the beer gardens as well. I feel like I'm very social at Folk Fest. There's a lot of like going around and meeting up with people. And
the first episode we did from Folk Fest, you were hardly in it because I was just going to see things by myself, and you'd be like off hanging out with friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But since then, since it's become like a thing we do, every year you've listened to more music, I found. The first year we went together, because Samantha's been going for 30 some years. She's been going her whole life.
Since I was 3.
And the first year I went with her, I was like, you don't go to any music. I think I remembered seeing one artist with you the entire first year. It's
really easy to get swept up in the social aspect for me. And I don't realize that I'm not actually seeing any music. I needed it pointed out to me. So I've been better the last 2 years. And I think that I'm better at seeing music now. It also helps that we're not volunteering.
Yeah, that takes up a lot of your time. Because
I felt like I was so busy volunteering, and that first couple of years, they were like so busy. We served beer at the beer garden, and we were so busy that we'd end up staying late, and then you end up chatting, and then your day's pretty much gone, and then I still want to see people who are at the festival. So I think it's really easy to not see any music at Folk Fest.
And I would just kind of go off on my own, go watch things. But this year and last year, we'll be able to see a bunch of things together. We got our press passes for Calgary, and there's still a chance we might get it for Edmonton as well. So I'm hoping for that, because my favorite places are tiny side stages and the photo pit.
Yes.
Photo pit is my favorite because I used to be a photographer, and all of that coming back to me. And it's front row, so you can't beat that.
What else can you ask for?
So we are going to go through, talk about the acts that we are most excited to see. And right off the beginning, I'm going to say this is one of the best Edmonton Folk Fest lineups that I have seen. I can't remember who was which year, and I don't want to rank everything, but the indication of that is when I was making my list of, we usually do kind of 3 artists that we pick that we're most excited, and then some honorable mentions. And I'm telling you now, my list is like 10 things long.
I had a really hard time narrowing down my short list. So my short list, not so short. But I did manage to come up with 3 things that I'm very excited for. So, Indy, do you want to start us off?
Well, I think what I'm going to do to start off is the Roots are coming.
Yes.
And I talked so much about them last year because they were playing at Calgary. So I'm just going to put that in right here, and you can hear how excited I am. A very, very big name, and a band that I've been listening to since about 1995. It's The Roots.
Woohoo!
The Roots are at the Calgary Folk Festival. So the Roots, if you're not familiar, they're an American hip-hop band formed in 1987.
Wow.
I didn't come across them until the mid-90s. Their first album, well, first they were known as the Square Roots, then they dropped that, and then they were the Roots, and Organics came out. When Do You Want More came out, that's when I first heard of them. And then Illadelph Half-Life was, I thought, an amazing album. And their next one right after that, Things Fall Apart, is where they really broke through. I would say to the mainstream, but this is mainstream in 1999, where we live, hip hop wasn't really played very often. But the Roots, to me at least, got real big in about 99, and to the rest of the world have gotten very big since then, because now they are the house band for The Tonight Show. Questlove, the drummer, is directing movies and winning Oscars.
Wow!
And I have his book on my table right there. It's right underneath your laptop, actually. Oh. Hip Hop is History.
Wow, cool.
So they are so big now, and I'm not a person who's like, well, yeah, they used to be small and they were cool then. No, great for them.
Yeah,
I'm very happy
success.
for them. I will admit, I'm much less familiar with the last 15 years of their career than the first 15, because that's when I was listening to them a lot. And I haven't been keeping up, so I've been trying to get into their newer stuff more. But then whenever I play it, I was like, you know what? I just want to go listen to Illadelph Half-Life.
You're an old school Roots fan.
I am. I love that stuff so much. And the new stuff is good, but they've been around for so long, and it's such a big band that there's been so much changeover. And the sound has kind of changed over the years, too. Not for better or worse, so I guess that's debatable. But it is different. And one of the things that was really interesting to me when they first came out is they were a hip hop band, but they were a band. They had an upright bass player, they had keyboards, they had a drummer. It wasn't just a DJ.
Right.
In fact, rather than a DJ, they had this dude named Scratch who would make record scratching noises with his mouth.
Oh yeah, you've played some of that for me, and I have no idea how he does that.
And even though they had a drummer, they also had Razel, the godfather of noise, who was just this amazing beatboxer and would do drums himself too. So they had all of this stuff going on, and the size of the band changes throughout the years. But a few of those members have actually passed away over the years. Some have just left the band. So they have a very different group now that they are the house band for The Tonight Show. But the two main guys, Questlove, also known as Amir Thompson, the drummer, and Tariq Trotter, who is Black Thought, the MC, they've been there the whole time. And they're kind of the backbone of that group. And Black Thought he's someone who has achieved mainstream success, but is also still kind of like an MC's MC. If you know, you can respect how good he is. He's fantastic. And even before they were big, other MCs always regarded him with very high esteem. He's a great lyricist. But I could just talk about the Roots for a long time, and we got a lot of bands to get to, so I didn't know what song to play, but I'm going to go with their big breakthrough hit. Maybe What They Do was their big breakthrough hit, because that video actually got some play. That was in 96. But You Got Me, the song they did with Erykah Badu and Eve, was a single that kind of crossed over into the mainstream and wasn't popular just in hip-hop circles. So that's what we are listening to now.
Somebody told me that this planet was small. We used to live in the same building on the same floor and never met before until I'm overseas on tour and peep this Ethiopian queen from Philly taking classes abroad. She's studying film and photo flash focus record. Says she working on a flick and cut my click through the score. She says she loved my show in Paris at Elysée Montmartre and that I stepped off the stage and took a piece of her heart. We knew from the start that things fall apart, intent to shatter. She like, that shit don't matter when I get home. Get at her through letter phone, whatever, let's link, let's get together. Shit, you think not? Think the thought went home and forgot. Time passed, we back in Philly, now she up in my spot. Telling me the things I'm telling of is making her hot. Started building with her constantly round the clock. Now she in my world like hip hop and keep telling me, yeah.
Outside of me playing them around the house, how are you familiar with the Roots? Is it more as the Tonight Show band?
Yes, yeah, and late night. I think My parents and I watched quite a bit of Jimmy Fallon, like when I was living with them when I was younger, and so we definitely saw the Roots then. And I didn't really know of them other than that, but I'm really excited to see them live.
Yeah, me too. By far. I mean, there's some great performances, but it's an actual big name that I'm also a fan of, which doesn't happen too often.
Your face when I told you the Roots were coming was like priceless. You were so excited.
And I'm just as excited now. So I don't remember all the things I said, but it all holds up. But one thing we can add on now, we've seen their live performance.
And it's incredible.
It's fantastic. You can actually go and listen to episode 271, which we just re-released, I think last week, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. But it's episode 271, our episode from the Calgary Folk Music Festival. And we talk all about it right after we came out of the performance. So it's a great show. I'm thrilled that I get to go see it again.
I'm really interested to see how it's going to change because we saw them for about 2 hours straight in Calgary.
Yeah. 90 minutes this time.
90 minutes. So I'm really interested to know, like, are we just prepared to pay noise bylaw things and let them play the extra half an hour?
Because I don't want them to cut out the big sousaphone solos.
No, I'm like, there's so many.
That sounds like a joke, but there actually isn't.
I was thinking about that the other day because I was like, man, there was just like so much in there, and it was like really a like hip hop through the ages. I think we talked about this last year,
yeah.
But I like really don't want them to cut anything out because I thought it was so great. And now that I've
tight.
I really wanted to see it again right after because I feel like I missed a whole bunch just based on the spectacle and like the craziness of it.
If you listen to episode 271, I kind of go on a big long monologue and give a dissertation on the importance of that thing. But it was
so I was like,
fantastic.
What would they cut? And I really don't want them to cut anything. So I'm really hoping that Folk Fest is just like, yeah, we'll pay the noise fine
or they've been going for a year now. Maybe everything's all different now.
Maybe they reworked it for this year's like touring schedule. So who knows? I'm so excited to see them again though.
And I'm going to jump right back in with another one that I haven't talked about, and that is Ken Pomeroy. And you might be thinking, oh, Ken Pomeroy, I go to that website all the time, the College Basketball Stats Archive. Oh. No, different Ken Pomeroy. This Ken Pomeroy is a 22-year-old woman from Moore, Oklahoma. She's of Cherokee descent, and this is probably the single album that I've been listening to the most leading up to this.
I would agree because I feel like every time I get in the car, it's playing.
Yeah, she's very good. A lot of the Folk Fest, I do a lot of international music. There's certain sounds I like. There's a lot of Tuareg rock I recommend each time. There's a lot of psychedelic soul and psychedelic rock that I recommend. So finally, someone who is just making straight up modern contemporary folk. She has a bit of a country twang to her as well. She has one of those kind of haunting soprano voices. She's a very talented guitarist. Her writing, I think, is fantastic. So the song we are listening to now is called Days Getting Darker.
Grass stays greener, 'cause God only wants what's right. That's all I knew till the baby had died. Send me back to where I was before I knew how this felt. Take me for what I am. No more devils hiding in the Bible Belt. Devils hiding in the Bible Belt.
So that was Ken Pomeroy, who I am very excited to see. She's been touring with Iron and Wine lately, and that's like one of my all-time favorites. So
I did
he
have to
has
break
good
it to you
taste.
that I've seen him twice at Folk Fest.
I've seen him, but never at Folk Fest.
It was an incredible. It was one of those shows that needed to be in the dark, but was like the 6:30 show.
I think he's very good afternoon music.
But we're not talking about Iron and Wine.
So that album is called Cruel Joke. And when can we see her?
You can see Ken Pomeroy 3 times during the festival.
I will.
You can see her in a session called Influences on Saturday at 11 a.m. You can see her in a session called A Sense of Wonder Sunday, August 10th at 11 a.m. And you can see her concert Sunday at 4:20.
All right, 4:20. Those 11 a.m. ones, those are hard to go to because there are also after parties. And we always go to the after parties because you get to see those same artists, but in a tiny venue, in a little ballroom with 100, 200 people.
Yeah.
So
we're just scraping ourselves together at 11 a.m.
Yeah, those might be tough, but I'm such a fan. I think I'll try to make it out for those as well.
Sounds good.
So who do you have, Samantha?
So I am so excited about Thursday night. All of my artists are playing Thursday night. I really struggled because I was like, well, I can't just talk about one night of the festival, but it's going to be like the best night of the festival ever. So we're going to talk first about Aysanabee, who I previously talked about on our first Edmonton Folk Fest episode. He is an Ojibwe Cree singer-songwriter from Ontario. His debut album was released in 2022 and was really interesting because it also included voice notes from his grandfather talking about residential schools and that kind of thing. So it was a really interesting mix of beautiful songwriting and kind of an act of reconciliation or an attempt at reconciliation. So his stage name is Aysanabee. He's Evan Pang, and he's got
I actually never knew his name was Evan.
Oh yeah, it's Evan. Evan Pang. His mother chose to give him an Asian name in an attempt to protect him from anti-Indigenous racism, and decided that portraying him as an Asian person would be safer and allow him to grow up with a little bit less hate in his life. He is from close to Thunder Bay, and he reclaimed his grandfather's surname, which is what he now plays as. And he is just like an incredible singer-songwriter. I saw him play his concert on a side stage, so I'm like so excited that he's playing main stage. He has this huge musical quality to him. And I did sit there and like cry quite a lot during his set 2 years ago, so who knows. And another fun fact about him, he traded some cryptocurrency and made enough money to submit his music to the Indigenous Music Summit, which is one of the things that got him signed. So I think that's kind of neat. We are going to listen to the song Nomads.
I was gone all those years. Now I'm here, or just reappear.
That was Nomads, and I'm so excited, and it got me so excited to see it live. So we can see Aysanabee in concert on the main stage at 6:35 p.m. on Thursday. He's also doing 2 sessions. He's doing a session called Imagine on Friday at 6 p.m. and a session called Mentors on Friday as well at 7:40. So you 3 chances to see him, and you should take all of those chances because he's incredible.
And we should also mention, very nice guy.
Oh, such
a
a nice guy.
We were lucky enough to meet him last year.
Yeah.
And nice guy. I love this kind of subgenre of this anthemic folk music that he makes. I think the song we talked about last year, We Were Here, is a top 5 all-time song for songs that give you goosebumps.
Yes, absolutely.
And
or make you sob in my.
Yeah. And we played the live recording because we recorded him last year at the festival. So definitely one you don't want to miss.
No, absolutely not. And yeah, he just actually released a new album just about a month ago. So you can go check that out.
I haven't listened to that one at all
it's
yet. 'Cause
so
there's so
good.
much to listen to. I had to check that out before we go.
So Indy, what else you got?
Next, I have a band called the Monophonics. And you've listened to me talk on here before. If there's one thing I love, it's music that you can't tell if it's somewhere between 65 and 75 or right now. And they are another one of those groups. They have a really timeless sound. They are a psychedelic soul band, which is maybe my favorite subgenre of music ever. I don't know. It's definitely up there. But what I'm trying to do in today's episode is talk about the sound less and more just play the music.
Perfect.
Because I spend so much time describing the influences, but that doesn't matter. You just want to hear it. They are a pretty established band already. They have 5 albums out. Their lead vocalist and keyboardist, Kelly Finnegan, is also a very talented producer and has produced other albums that I've heard. So he's working with all sorts of people. What we're going to listen to is actually not one of their originals. They did a cover of the Nancy Sinatra song Bang Bang.
Oh.
And it's so good. I love the Nancy Sinatra version, and I love this one too.
Seasons came and changed the time. I grew up and called her mine. She would always laugh and say, remember when we used to play bang bang? And she shot me down bang bang. And I hit the ground bang bang. That awful sound bang bang. My baby shot me down.
So that's the Monophonics cover of Nancy Sinatra's Bang Bang. They're one that I did not know before this. And then I heard a couple songs. I was like, oh yeah, this is
a thing.
this is right up my alley. I should have been listening to them before. So if you were at last year's festival and you loved Black Pumas, maybe this
Yeah.
would be you could slide right into a Monophonics show.
Awesome. So we can see Monophonics at a session on Saturday called Common Ground at 3:05. You can see them at a session on Sunday called Sing Out at 12:40. And you can see their concert on Sunday at 3:05.
305. Which stage are they? Are they a main stage act?
They are not a main stage act.
Oh, okay. So they're not all big time, but they should be because they are fantastic.
So my next person is Serena Ryder. She's a Canadian singer-songwriter born in Toronto. She kind of became really popular when her song Weak in the Knees came out in 2007. She has 8 albums. And I think I saw her in 2007 or 2008 at Folk Fest. And I'm very, very excited to see her again. And we are going to listen to the song Brand New Love.
Boy, I can't take your breath away, but I'll show you a brand new way, brand new love. Oh, I can't mend your wounded heart, but I'll give you a brand new start, brand new love.
Serena Ryder is like a core Folk Fest memory for me for sure, and I'm really excited to see her again. So we can see her on Thursday at 7:50 on the main stage, and unfortunately she's not playing any sessions, which I'm really sad about.
She's big time. I don't have time for sessions.
Oh, I'm so sad about
Maybe
it.
she's in and out and going to tour some more right after.
She must be going to another festival or something, because yeah, I remember seeing her in like the first time I saw her, and she played so many sessions as like the smaller artists tend to do for exposure and that kind of thing. And I just remember she did some really, really cool things. So I'm a little sad about that, but I'm so excited to see her on the main stage again.
I'm excited to see her because I'm not familiar with Serena Ryder. I've only been listening to her this year. And I listened to like 2 songs. I was like, okay, yeah, it's not exactly my thing. It's fine. And then I listened to a few more, and her sound, I'm not sure where in her career I've been listening to it, but there's a bunch of things that really stood out to me that I didn't know it was the same artist because I was just listening to one of those playlists.
I could see that.
So a lot of her stuff I am really into. So I'm curious to see in a live performance which way her sound goes. So I'm very curious about that one.
If you're looking for a really good album to listen to of hers, if you're not sure, because she has 8 albums, Is It Okay from 2008, I think is my like number 1 favorite album. And I'm pretty sure I have a copy in this house.
I think I differ from you.
Oh.
Because I think I was going with that one because maybe that was her most famous. I don't know, but that one came up. And I think that's the album from the song we just listened to.
Yes, it is.
But there was some other stuff that I was digging a
Okay,
little
well, I'm
more.
excited to hear what you think is great Serena Ryder as well.
Well, we'll talk all about it probably in a couple of weeks.
Probably. Okay, what do you got next?
Oh man, I have so much more. Which one should we do? Let's go with a Colombian band called BALTHVS.
Okay.
But they spell it BALTHVS. And they are out of Colombia, and they play music that I was talking about. I talk about the same kind of stuff a lot, but like La Lam from the other week, and bands like Krangbin, who play this instrumental music that is, it's a groove, right? It has a lot of influences from African, South American, and Turkish music. They are a trio usually, sometimes a quartet depending on what they're doing. They rarely have vocals, but they do sometimes. And it is this mix of all of those world music influences plus some funk and some kind of dream pop and even a little disco every now and then. Sometimes it just sounds like Turkish coffee house music. It's a little all over, but it is that psychedelic groove that I like a lot. So the song we are listening to now is called Year of the Snake. So that was Year of the Snake, a new release from the band BALTHVS. And that one was a lot more, I was talking about that band Glass Beams a while ago. It sounded a lot like that. It has kind of a Indian and Middle Eastern influence into that guitar work. And I love bands like this that sound so chill and casual and relaxed, but they are absolute, like, just shredding. They're very tight instrumentally.
It's like a performance, I'm sure, in its own like way that isn't singing.
Right.
It's like a dance performance.
Yeah.
So you can see them on Sunday, August 10th in a session called Spirit Sings at 11 a.m. And you can see them in concert on Sunday, August 10th at 3:05 p.m.
Oh, why are so many of my acts at 11 in the morning? Doesn't sound early, but when you're going to bed at 4, 11 is pretty early.
It's going to be a little rough. We need to talk to somebody about this because this is rude.
But I do like that so far it seems like we're going back to the roots of you liking the big main stage acts and me liking side stage ones that are playing at 11 a.m.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very much just how we roll.
Yeah, because last year I was all about the main stage. There was a bunch of main stage acts.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Sam, what else you got for us?
Okay, well, my final big pick of the festival is Rainbow Kitten Surprise, which is like the most fun name I've ever heard. They are an American alternative rock band. The band is from Boone, North California, and they asked
I think they're out of North Carolina.
Oh, yes, North Carolina. I really like them. Their sound is influenced by Modest Mouse, Kings of Leon, Frank Ocean, and Schoolboy Q, who I have not heard of, but I like everybody else on that list. They were named by a friend who had just been through a really long, tough illness. So Rainbow Kitten Surprise became them. And they recorded their first EP in their dorm room at Appalachian State University, which I think is like just, it's so cool. They're just like really wanted to make music and did it however they could. So that's very cool. So we are going to listen to a song that you picked, and I forgot to look at what song it was.
Yeah, because I'm a fan as well. Their sound is hard to describe as well. Like so many of these, the vocalist is really what stands out to me, and he's versatile. He has a lot of different sounds to him. But the song we are going to listen to is called Cocaine Jesus.
Okay, let's go.
Feeling fine, coming down. Never back, so never out. You never call the cops again. I'll never call up mine. In my head, I get lonely sometimes. When you find an old picture of us, you clear away the dust. I hope you miss me sometimes. When you see a frame that reminds you of me, to remember the times that we believe in a cocaine Jesus in a black fall. See you got a man, don't need to put you away. Call me when you want, or just call me when you need it. If you only ever need it for the day.
Man, that is a fantastic song. I don't know which part you all are going to hear, but it shifts so much.
It's like
There's
three
so-
songs in one.
It
That was
really
great.
is.
I really enjoyed doing that little clip that we just heard. And I'm sorry to the podcast listeners if you hear a lot of bass in the background. The weekend just went on at Commonwealth.
Yeah, so we're talking about this festival, but we live down the street from a big stadium, and the weekend is playing tonight.
Yes, and he went on about 5 minutes ago, and there was so much bass that I could feel the window behind me shaking.
Yeah.
So,
And we just record in our kitchen.
so, you know, if you get a little bit of the weekend, that's like a bonus.
Yeah.
It's like he's a guest on our podcast.
Rainbow Kitten Surprise featuring the weekend.
Featuring the weekend, yes.
When can we see Rainbow Kitten Surprise?
So this is, I don't know why I only picked artists that aren't doing a lot of sessions, but Rainbow
the
Kitten
big
Surprise is playing Thursday, August 7th at 9:25 p.m. on the main stage.
So that Thursday main stage lineup, go through it again?
It's Aysanabee, Serena Ryder, and Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
That's a Sam lineup right there.
I am so excited. I don't think I've ever been this excited for like a full evening on the hill.
Yeah. Main stage often there'll be like one act per day that I'm real into.
And then you have like an hour and a half to like go have a beer or like go wander around.
The Edmonton Folk Festival in general has an older demographic.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time your main stage acts will be catering to that demographic
Yes.
more, and that doesn't always overlap with what I'm into.
Absolutely.
But this lineup, not so much for the Thursday.
No, I think it's going to be really incredible and I'm so excited. I have to pick a really cute outfit though. So follow me on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Follow us on Instagram. We use it. Nobody's on there.
Nobody's
anymore.
on it.
I think I'm going to be out of it. Out of Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I used to get like 400 likes on stuff, and now I've started posting all the pictures I took of the routes, and they're
Last
like
year.
actually really good stuff. Some of my better concert photography, and it's like four people.
Yeah.
Samantha doesn't even like it, so what chance do I have?
I like it.
No.
Oh, I didn't like it. I'm sorry.
You might like it in your heart, but you know what? The hearts only count when you press the button on social media. That's what I heard.
I love it in my heart. But yes, if you like festival outfit selfies, you can come give me a follow.
Yeah, and if you like concert photography and cooking, then you can follow me. All right, so we got some of our big picks, but we both have a bunch of other things we want to hear. So
This is
Sam,
a hard year.
do you have some quick picks?
Yes. So my first one is an artist that we saw last year at Calgary Folk Festival. She's Danielle Ponder. She's an American musician.
No,
and
we saw her at Edmonton.
We saw her at Edmonton. I'm sorry. The festivals are blurring together a little bit.
Yes.
We see so much incredible music in the span of like 2 weeks, and it's hard to keep track of sometimes. So Danielle Ponder, just quickly, is a musician. She was a public defender, and she released her debut album, Some of Us Are Brave, in 2022.
We listened to her a bunch before seeing her, and she was fantastic. She was better live than what I had heard. And then she does some covers of things you wouldn't expect. Like she did Sea Line Woman, song I love, and she did Radiohead's Creep,
Yes.
which was great. But let's listen to that titular song, Some of Us Are Brave, from her debut
Yes.
album.
Peace and love to the ones who give praise. Take a bow as the light is the face. See me now. I'm loud and proud. And to those who fear leads them to hate. Oh, what a pity to be locked in that place. I know you see me though.
And she puts on a great live performance, so you won't want to miss that. I think she's opening for The Roots.
She is opening for The Roots, which would be really great.
And she was so much fun because she had no idea what Edmonton and the Folk Fest was
Yeah.
about. And when she saw the hill and how many people were there, she was like, I didn't know anybody knew who I was.
Yeah.
And to be fair, there's a good chance that a lot of the people didn't, because it was right before Alison Krauss and Robert Plant.
Yes.
Who is right for the demographic of the Folk Fest. But
Yeah.
she wowed everyone and put on a great show.
I always get such a tickle of I love when artists see the candles lighting when they're at that perfect time when it's just starting to get dark and the candles are happening, and you see these artists who are sometimes big artists just stop and are like, this is incredible, are you guys seeing this?
Yeah.
So I'm always it's a uniquely Edmonton thing that I love.
What other quick picks you got?
Mount Joy, who is an American indie rock band based in Los Angeles. They previously toured with Rainbow Kitten Surprise, and due to COVID, their tour with the Lumineers was cut short, but they have toured with some very cool people, so that's really neat. My next one is Wesley. He is a Haitian-Canadian singer-songwriter, guitarist, and record producer. My next one is Jeffrey Martin. He is a singer-songwriter who started his music career touring and also teaching Monday to Friday. Maddie Diaz, an American singer-songwriter and musician who grew up in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Her mother is Peruvian, her father is Danish, and she has a really interesting sound, and she'd be fun to check out. You can hear about this pick, Jennifer Castle, in our Calgary Folk Fest episode that came out a few weeks ago, because we will have already seen her at this point, but I'm really excited to see her as well. And my final quick pick is AV and the Inner City. They are a soul roots vocal group which formed in the COVID 2019 pandemic in Edmonton's inner city.
They're from Edmonton?
They are from Edmonton.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to see
Do they
them.
form in a church? It's very churchy.
It is very churchy. I don't know a whole bunch about them, but I'm really excited to see what else they do when they're live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope that nobody thinks churchy is a bad thing.
No,
it's
not a bad thing.
gospel-y.
I think-
right? They have that church piano. They
Yeah.
have some very impressive vocals and
There is
stuff going
some
too.
very beautiful church music.
Yeah.
So Indy, who are your fast picks of the festival?
I'll try to be fast. One is Julianna Riolino.
Oh.
She was one of my picks from last year in Calgary. And I talked about her so much, and it made no sense because I was trying to pinpoint what I like about her, and
Yeah.
I couldn't, and that made it sound like she's not good.
Oh, no.
But it's hard to articulate. So I do have one song, and this song is so good. It's been my anthem of the summer. I've been playing it a lot, and it's one of those songs where I wish I could sing because it's a song that you need to belt out. It's called Against the Grain. It could be like a feminist anthem or an anti-establishment anthem or just a song for all the artists out there.
Now if we meet on Main Street, play it cool and tip your hat. You and I've got a secret, 'cause we don't follow the pack. And I'm not just made for the simple life. I would rather be on stage tonight, 'cause I was made to go against the grain. So don't tell me to fall in line again. Common life was never made for me. The song I sing will carry me away.
So that was Julianna Riolino and Adrian Underhill's song Against the Grain. Riolino she's hard for me to pinpoint. Sometimes it's folk. I often likened her to Giant Drag, but then nobody knows who Giant Drag is. But anyways, go check her out. There's a band called La Cafeteras, and they are out of Los Angeles. They formed by playing music together in marches and protests. They have a lot of Chicano and cumbia and Afro-Mexican music mixed in. And this song is a traditional... This is the second time I've mentioned someone doing traditional music from Veracruz. But this one is called El Chuchumbe.
Rumbo hacia Arizona, no sé qué vaya a pasar. Si me ven con mi jarana, la migra me va a agarrar. Si me ven con mi jarana, la migra me va a agarrar. Que te vaya bien, que te vaya mal, que chuchumbe te va a besar.
I really love them. It sounds like it's not a studio album. It sounds live, right? Like I love how the vocalists don't seem like they're mic'd right up
Yeah.
close, right?
They're just like playing around a microphone. Like,
Yeah.
there's a microphone present.
And I love that male singer so much. I love a unique voice, a voice that isn't like, oh yeah, it's clear why you're a singer.
Yeah.
It's just, it's the passion. That's what he has.
Absolutely. And I really think that that's going to be a fun show to watch. Like
Yeah.
visually, I think it's going to be a very fun show. And I always enjoy a band that isn't from Canada or the US.
They're from Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
that
their
are
influences are
by
very international.
places outside the Canada and the
Yeah.
US.
Oh, but if you want something not from North America, I have Jupiter and Okwes. Jupiter Bokanji is a singer, and his band is Okwes International. They're out of the Democratic Republic of Congo. And they do kind of a Afro pop with some traditional Congolese music. And of course, there's some funk and some rock in there as well. He calls it Bofinia rock.
Okay.
And they often do a lot of political and social messaging in their music. This song I really like is called Brother Barrett.
Brother Barrett, Brother Barrett, Brother Barrett, no sorrow. Bando bako ganga, isoto yembelio. Bando bako loba loba, isoto kanisio. Bando bako ganga, isoto yembelio.
So that's Jupiter and Okwes. There is a musician named Cedric Burnside who is a blues musician. He does guitar, drums, he sings, and he is the son of Calvin Jackson. And his grandfather is probably the most famous of all of them. That's R.L. Burnside. And Cedric Burnside was just featured in 2 songs in the movie Sinners that we talked about not too long ago.
Yes.
So here is a song from Sinners called Wang Dang Doodle, an old traditional blues song with Cedric Burnside.
Tell automatic slim, tell Ray a ball down to that Union Hall. We're gonna rump and trump to midnight. We're gonna fuss and fight till daylight. We're gonna pitch a wang dang doodle all night long. All night long. All night long. All night long.
So that's Cedric Burnside. Jesse Wells is a singer that does straight up protest songs, and I feel like that is a lost art. So this is one called The Poor.
If you worked a little harder, then you'd have a lot more. So the blame and the shame's on you for being so damn poor. It ain't the banks, and it ain't the taxes. It ain't the payday loans and high rent homes and predatory fees and practices. Wave your dumb flag, whatever it means. But you should ask yourself, when it comes to health, are the poor really all that free? If you worked a little harder.
I find his stuff real powerful, and he has the song on United Health. So if you don't want to read articles, just listen to his song on United Health, and he
Perfect.
spells it out very well. Oh man, I'm going long. So you know what? I'm not going to do songs for the rest. Here's a bunch of really fast ones, because I could just sit and talk about all these for so long.
But we are going to in the main episode.
That's true. The sensational Barnes Brothers are two brothers out of Memphis, and they make some gospel soul music. Taj Mahal, he's doesn't need us to talk about for everyone to know who that is, but in case you don't, he's an American blues musician who plays guitar, piano, harmonica, banjo, whatever. He's had a 50-year career, so he doesn't need me talking about him. The Blackburn Brothers, they do some kind of funky soul blues music. De Tom Santan, who I didn't really love their music, but then I met one of the guys and we had a lot of fun speaking in our broken French because he didn't speak much English, and a good guy, so I got to throw out that. And the music is a lot of fun too. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Kyla or Keela because it's an I with that little sideways dot on it, but they are an Irish group. And I famously don't love a lot of Irish fiddle-based music, but they do some really good stuff. They actually did the music for a bunch of movies I like The Secret of Kells and Song of the Sea. They did the music in that. And there's a new, I guess it's not new, it was like a few years ago, but Wolfwalkers. They do some really atmospheric Irish folk music. And maybe one last one. I don't know if he goes by AHI or Ahi, but his name is Akinoa Haba Izar. So those are his initials.
Oh.
And if you like anthemic folk music, much in the vein of Aysanabee, you'll probably like him as well.
Awesome. I did listen to him and I had him hearted in my Spotify playlist, but there were just too many people
There's
to talk
so many.
about.
I could talk about a bunch more.
So
but...
when I heard you were going to talk about him, I took him off my list, but I am really excited to see him too.
So all of that, go see it. Go talk to us if you see us around.
Yes.
We'll chat. If you have something to say, maybe we'll put you on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a good review of someone you saw.
Yes, and we'll be there all weekend. So yeah.
Go watch some music. Go drink a beer in the beer gardens with Samantha.
It's not a grasshopper if it doesn't have grass in it, though.
That's,
so you know.
That's a rule there.
And we'll see you on the hill.
See you on the hill.